battle tonight at Lake Ozark Speedway with the Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series. Tiger towing number 86 is going to bring him down to the drop of the green flag. Matt Covington to his outside looking for redemption. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy 30 trips around the Lake Ozark Speedway, because race fans, this is what you saved your lunch money for turn number 4 or green. Off into turns 1 and 2, the battle for the race lead. Immediately, Hafer team going to go after it, but the caution lights are going to come on. So a false start called on the field. Drivers being reminded side by side, nose to tail, the starting point, the line at the exit of turn number 4. Kyle Bell and Matt Covington on your front row. Sam Hafer Team Jr., Jamie Ball in row 2. Jonathan Cornell, John Carney II, row 3. Paul Heiser, Sean McClellan, row 4. Terry McCarl and Carson McCarl, row 5. Nicholas Howard, Jordan Mallett, row 6. Brian Brown, Roger Crockett, row 7. Stephen Russell, Brian Grimes, row 8. Chris Martin, Scott Magooski, Alex Hill, Blake Hahn, Tucker Downey, Robbie Price, Harley White, Miles Paulus, and Ayrton Jennington. Set to try it again, 30 trips around. Off of turn number 4, here we go. Off into turns 1 and 2. The field will roll to the back straightaway. Advantage right now to the 95 of Matt Covington. He will lead. Battle for the second spot. Kyle Bell has it. Jamie Ball wants it. The 5J is going to seal the way from him as they work to the front straightaway. Kyle Bell working back to his inside through turns 1 and 2 to seal it back. Now Jamie Ball ducks down to the bottom of the racetrack. Slides her wide. Takes it back as they make their way back to the front stretch. It will be Matt Covington. Jamie Ball holds on to the runner-up spot. The 86 of Kyle Bell. Running in that third spot, sitting in fourth, the J2 of John Corey II. In fifth, the 58 of Sam Hafer Team Jr. In sixth, it is Jonathan Cornell. Seventh is Sean McClellan. Eighth is the 27 of Carson McCarl. It will be the 9X of Paul Nienheiser. Nienheiser taking the spot away for the 27. Moving up into eighth now. McCarl back to ninth with Terry McCarl running up to your top 10. Your leader working on lap number 5. Is Matt Covington looking for redemption after getting upside down 24 hours ago. Jamie Ball trying to reel him in. Covington all the way on the cushion. Jamie Ball working about 3/4 the way up the racetrack into turns 1 and 2. In 3 and 4, it is much of the same. Ball moving that middle to 3/4 line, but Covington is all the way up on the cushion trying to move it up to the concrete. As Sam Hafer Team Jr. moving by the J2 of John Carney II. A couple laps ago now in pursuit of the 86 machine. He moves to the inside of Kyle Bell. Contact! And both drivers upside down in a big way. Red lights will come on. Hafer Team ran to the bottom. Him and Bella make contact, and both drivers go over violently in turns 3 and 4. A major hit for the National Tour points leader here tonight. As right now we wait for word on the condition of the two drivers involved over in turns 3 and 4. Again, that was Sam Hafer Team and Kyle Bella. is getting the 15H back upright. Again, we have not received word on the drivers yet.
You get it?
Thank you guys. As I'm looking at Sam Haferteef's car, I honestly think he's going to want to get maybe pulled to the work area. I don't see too much damage, just a top wing and the left rear down on the 15H car, and big damage on the 86 car of Kyle Bellum. And he's walking over to Sam Haferteef, maybe to have a little chat, not to... You show cleaning the side of me. Dude, that was obviously upset, and just tell me what you've seen, Kyle, from your perspective there, buddy.
Well, as soon as I saw his nose, he was driving right in the side of me. That's all I saw. So, you know, we were starting to work the bottom, staying right with him. If we could have made it all 40 laps, I think we had a car for the end. So, I hate it for my guys. You know, you'd think the points leader, you know, multi-time championship would know better. It's a 30-lap race. You can't win it on lap 4.
All right, as Kyle Bellum has a torn-up fast race car, guys, and visibly upset, and I'll send it back up to you guys.
Thank you very much, Brandon. And obviously, by the report, both drivers are okay. And Kyle Bellum not happy with the situation, but thankfully, all the safety equipment doing its job. Both drivers will be able to walk away. Back to green, Covington. At the front of the field, Jamie Ball, John Carney II, Jonathan Cornell, Paul Nienheiser. They pick up the pace off of turn number 4, and we're back underway. Matt Covington reports back to the cushion. Jamie Ball down to the bottom again. John Carney II running even lower than the 5J right now as Jamie Ball is there. Looks for the race lead. Wasn't able to get it done off of turn number 4. Dives to the bottom once again. Slides it up across the racetrack. Just about even at one point with the 95 of Covington. A pair of battles out. Here comes Jonathan Cornell. Cornell in 35 would love to get a win with that 35 on the wing as the caution is out. Caution is out for Scott Boguski. Scott Boguski. Carney slides it up, tries to squeeze the 95, but he's going to race right back by. It'll be Covington with the race lead. Gets the car tied off the exit at 2. Carney is there, battling back to the inside. Has it by a half a car into 3. At turn number 4, can he seal the deal? At the line, he's got it. Carney's going to lead. John Carney II leading his first lap of the season last night. Now gets his second one in the books. He will roll up in front of the 95 of Matt Covington. Now drops to the deck in turns 3 and 4. Covington rolling high side now as they work to the front straightaway. He will stick to the cushion again in turns 1 and 2 with momentum as Carney patiently around the bottom. They're almost side by side for just a moment at turn number 2, but Carney able to roll away from him now as they work up at turn number 4. Covington with a full head of steam just about trips it up through that very thin cushion on the exit of turn number 4. He had to lower up just a little bit. That's going to give Carney some breathing room as he leads by just under a half a second. Last time of the start-finish line, it'll be the Mesilla Valley Transportation Danny Sander Construction J2 leading by 0.662 seconds now over the A-Rock Material number 95 of Matt Covington. The 5J of Jamie Ball running in 3rd. The 35M of Jonathan Cornell in 4th, and Paul Nienheiser currently rounding out your top 5 as they come to the halfway point of 15 in and 15 to go. The cross flags have been displayed. One driver down into the infield, the 0, Stephen Russell. Unfortunately, his night will come to a close as he spins her around down in the infield. Your leader, meanwhile, starting to approach the back of the field. The 44M of Chris Martin right now running in 20th. He is first in line to possibly go a lap down as John Carney II will roll the bottom of 3 and 4. Just a couple of car lengths ahead of him lies lap traffic. Matt Covington starting to close the gap a little bit. He had lost quite a bit of ground now, working that high side, starting to close in as Carney with the 44 running in the same line as he. From 0.7 of a second now to 0.2 of a second. Covington on the outside with momentum, looking for the race lead to the back straightaway. It's game on at the front of the field. It'll be the 95 of Matt Covington still trailing Carney down around the bottom. Can Covington make it happen off of turn number 4? No, but he's right there by 0.079 seconds. Here comes Covington to the outside, and he will take it back. You've got a new leader, Matt Covington in 95. He's going to reclaim the top spot. Carney stuck behind the slower machine of Chris Martin, as that's going to allow Covington a little bit of distance as the caution is out. Caution coming out, the 17W of Harley White sitting broadside at the exit of turn number 2. That was right in line with John Carney the second as he worked through turns 1 and 2. Everybody woeing. The 3 of Genneton, the 2X of Dowdy, the 44 of Martin, and the 17W of Harley White able to continue on at the tail end of the field as the cause of the caution as we go back to green. Carney again goes down to the bottom of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. Covington reports to the cushion. Jamie Ball is going to follow him into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Matt Covington. He's pedaling hard. He's pedaling fast at the line. He's going to have the race lead. It will be Matt Covington by 0.057 seconds. Carney pressuring him on the high side to the back straightaway. Both drivers going towards the wall. Carney now with the side to 3 and 4. Covington's going to turn it down side by side. They slam the door at each other going into turns 1 and 2. Covington from the bottom to the top now. He's going to steal it back. Carney turns it down, and here we go again. Into turns 3 and 4. It's Carney with the advantage now. He will roll by the 95, now clears him and gets his momentum up. He's got the elbows up and kicking now as they work into turns 1 and 2. He rolls back down to the bottom, nice and smooth that time. A couple of car links now between he and the 95 of Matt Covington as one driver done down into the infield. That's Tucker Dowdy. Dowdy's night ending on lap number 22 as Carney, the car getting tight just a little bit through turns 1 and 2 that time. Matt Covington closed a couple of car links, but now he's got company. It's Jonathan Cornell. Cornell in the Kiowa Line Builder, Starline Brass number 35M, trying to make something happen as we work into the closing laps. Coming around this time, it'll be 5 laps to go. 5 to go. And here comes Jonathan Cornell as Carney vacates the bottom in 3 and 4. He went to the high side, now rolling to the middle of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. He's got a pair of drivers coming after him, and they still got time as they work into turns 3 and 4. Cornell down to the bottom. Carney wide. Cornell is there. He trails by 0.195 seconds. Both drivers report to the bottom of 1 and 2. Covington's going to go to the high side, but his run's going to come up short. Still right there, though, as he rolls to the cushion. It is Carney on the bottom, protecting the line for the 35 of Jonathan Cornell. Covington trying to take back second. He's got it by 0.04 of a second. He's back to the high side, to the back straightaway. Cornell's back to his inside as they work into turns 3 and 4. Back and forth for the second spot as they come around this time to 2 to go while they're battling. Carney getting some breathing room by a half a second now. It will roll into turns 1 and 2. The car again getting tight right in the middle as he goes into turn 2 to transition. He works to the bottom side in 3 and 4. The white flag is out. One more time around. Can he put it together for one more lap? Into turns 1 and 2. Again, the car gets tight on him. Covington's got to run to the outside. Cornell is there as well. It'll be a battle into turns 3 and 4. Can he hold on to it? Down to the front straightaway. The checkered flag flies. John Carney the second gets his first national win of the season. John Carney gets the win. Jonathan Cornell in second. Matt Covington in third. Paul Nienheiser in fourth. Jamie Ball in fifth. Blake Hahn from 20th to 6th in the 52. Terry McCarl in 7th. Sean McClellan in 8th. Roger Crockett and Jordan Mallett unofficially round out your top 10. But holy cow, race fans, what a race tonight at Lake Ozark Speedway. Your race winner for the first time this season. Out of El Paso, Texas, in the Danny Sander Construction, Vado Speedway Park, Mesilla Valley Transportation, South Plains Auto Transport, EMI, Johnny Herrero Racing number J2. Won't you give him a hand? John Carney the second. As with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go down trackside. Brandon Hahn's going to catch up with tonight's race winner.
Well, race fans, that was one heck of a race. John Carney, Jonathan Cornell, and Matt Covington absolutely put on a show. And he's got his helmet off, folks. He can hear you. Let him hear it. Climb it. Getting on top of the race car right now, folks. And one heck of a race. How about that stuff? That is good stuff. And people can't see it up there, but the left front shock's hanging off the thing.
Yeah, I tore the front end out of this thing riding the wheel after the races. I was so excited. I knew it would ride a wheelie, and I held it way up there, and it just kept going. And I let off the gas too hard and dumped it, but Had a couple race rods and a shock can. We put it back together.
Well, man, you were committed to that bottom, and then you kind of got a nose shown to you by Matt Covington, and then kind of a unique line down there in 3 and 4. Just slid yourself every lap after that, and then stayed committed to the bottom down there in 1 and 2, and got the dub, man.
Yeah, it feels really good. We've been working really, really hard, and we've had a really fast car, just haven't caught any breaks, and I guess we caught at least one break tonight, but man, I'll tell you, these guys give me a great car. Danny Sander Construction, South Plains Auto Transport, Mesilla Valley, Vado Speedway Park. There's Jack's Compaction. There's guys that help on this car that ain't even got their name on the car, and it takes a lot of people to make this thing operate up and down the road, and there's no way I could do it without them and my family for supporting me. It's just it's a heck of a lot of fun to come out here and do this every weekend.
That's John Carney II picking up the first win as a National Tour regular. And Jonathan Cornell, man, I thought you had something for him at the end there. You're rolling that bottom pretty well, and like I said, man, you were creeping up in there.
Yeah, it just took a lot of patience to really hit the bottom. I mean, there's grip there, too, if you could get your car to rotate. And my crew chief that's normally here, Chad Seipert, he's back home this weekend, so I was driving my ass off really trying to get a win for him. And everybody back in our trailer right now, Josh and Kelly and Chad Fiddler and my dad, they really helped with this thing. And I was kind of nervous this weekend. They calmed me down. And, we only had a couple tire choices, so we just threw one at it, and it kind of worked out when the track kept getting better and better. But everybody, thanks for waiting this one out. I know it's probably a pretty good race. I wish we could have finished one more spot. But Don Long and his Moral Engines running a really good night. Capital Materials, Kiowa Line Builder, Starline Brass, Arnwine Construction, Jaeger Cycle Cells, Bryant Motors, everybody that helps us out, Baughman Feed Service, thanks again.
All right, that's Mr. Jonathan Cornell. When the National Boys come into town in the state of Missouri, he is one to look out for, and I will sneak over here and talk to Matt Covington as he's breaking it down with Scoop. And Matt, you're committed to that top all race long. You didn't give up on it, and I feel like if there was a little bit more to lean on the exits of both corners, you might have had something for him. It's just awful thin up there.
John and Jonathan, they were both good on the bottom, and then I thought I was good on the top. Maybe if there wasn't a late race caution, maybe we could have squeaked it by. I thought about going to the bottom, but I didn't think, feel like I was tight enough to really roll the bottom as good as they were. I knew I needed to try to momentum around them and put a couple good laps together, and I did it. We got close. We've been either on the podium or the wrecker all year. We're on the podium, so I'm smiling. Josh is happy.
Hey, that's all that matters. Is as long as the boss man's happy, then we're good.
As long as the boss man's happy and we put on a good show for the fans and everybody comes back and sees us next time, we're good.
That was a hell of a race, and nothing to hang your hat about. Matt Covington rounding out your podium, and I will send it back up to you gentlemen in the booth.